Include me, please. What the hell? Go to the pharmacy, get prescription grade. Guys, sometimes try over the counter. Nobody's gonna die. Morning guys. This is my first time like picking up a vlog camera this year or setting one up. It's a Saturday. I decided to start vlogging on a Saturday, shocker, because you guys know that I'm very intentional about not vlogging during the weekends, but I was like, okay, let's start today. Okay, so I had a couple of things that I had planned to do prior that I've had to cancel because some more exciting things, I would say, like options came up. My husband mentioned like just passively yesterday that he wanted to go to the mainland. He wanted to go to Tradefair to run an errand. I was like, can I come? Include me, please. I've never been to Tradefair before. This is one of those things that sometimes makes me feel like a JJC in Lagos, you know, sometimes, because I've been here for maybe about 10 years and sometimes I just randomly realize that there are places that you hear about a lot. They come up in conversations because of the industry that you work in, but then you realize that you've actually never stepped foot into that place, and Tradefair is one of those places. So I was like, okay, let me go to Tradefair. Let me vlog that as well. You know, so I've already showered, done a couple of like routine things already. I'm just going to go now, change into something. I'll sort out this bed because it's a mess right now. I'll sort this place out now and go change. My getting ready is going to just kind of comprise of me maybe putting my hair up, because in as much as I love this hair, and I've gotten so many questions when it comes to this hair, guys, in as much as I love it, the weather is getting hotter. When I pat it, I think that a lot of volume just goes to one side of my face and that side starts sweating. And what I think I want to do is to kind of slick the front back. Is a flip over sewing, by the way. What I want to do is to slick the front back, and if I slick the front back, I'll just kind of tie a hairband and have it off of my face. It still looks good. One more thing I think I'm going to do is cluster lashes. Guys, I've been practicing. I've been DIYing a lot of like beauty maintenance things. This is something called rubber base. Okay, it's just kind of rubber base polish paired with dazzle dry, and finally for the first time I'm able to get like 2 weeks of nail polish wear without worrying about anything. So after 2 weeks I'm going to change this up. I might change the polish up before 2 weeks, but my nails are strong and like, do you know what, I'm going to talk to you guys about all of that later on in this vlog. But I do my manicure now a specific type of way, and I'm kind of like dilly-dallying with cluster lashes. So I think I'm going to do some. I got new lash glue, so we're going to try that out. But yeah, guys, welcome to a new vlog.
You did that. Yeah, you crossed the line about 1,000 times and I did that. Yeah, I stayed a while, tried to make it right. A cigarette. No, I never smoked, but my heart is broke, explosive. Stressing for that old thing back. That initial love, all the goosebumps, those flutters in my gut, turn into disgust. What a waste of love, babe. I just wanna go back to how it was, lay in each other's arms all day. Send me gifts just because. Tell me where we went wrong. Started out as homies, ended up as lovers. How'd it get so ugly? Can't we rediscover, baby, what it was? Or let's be honest, it was just a lover. You were so romantic.
Okay, so first thing that I'm going to do would be to put my contact lenses on. I always have to look very carefully when I am sorting my contacts because I have two different prescriptions on my 2 eyes, so I always have to be very, very careful and pay attention to what I'm doing. So I'm just going to take these glasses off, guys. I can't see anything right now. Like, let's see. That was so easy. See, this contact lens silicone tool thing that I use has made my life so easy over the years. Like, I don't spend half as much time trying to put my contact lenses in anymore. I highly recommend it. The only thing I'm going to say is make sure you wash it, like the way you wash your hands. Take care of that thing just the same way. You should be good. Okay, so for my hair, let's brush this back. For my edges, I'm going to be using my OG Edge Control. This is the same one that I've been talking to you guys about since last year. This just works for me, so I'm just going to... I'm not applying too much, you know, just a little. Like, really little. I think that I'll just brush everything into where I want it to be. Once you guys can see, like, I have everything coated. Like, I didn't take it all the way into this place, just that section is fine. I think it looks better now. Just going to... It's giving that hairband illusion that I wanted it to give, like hairband wig illusion. I think that works for me. For the top part here, where there's some flyaways, I'm just going to brush first. And I'm going to use some wax. Okay. I think that's done. For now. This is the new cluster eyelash glue that I want to try. Prior to this, to be honest, I've been using the regular Duo eyelash adhesive. I've been using that one for years. It doesn't sting my eyes or anything, so it kind of works for cluster lashes. For days where I'm not wearing like makeup and I don't want to do anything to my face, like I've just been exploring just using cluster lashes to give my face a little bit of a lift. I've not tried this glue before. I'm praying to God that it doesn't like sting my eyes. The description looks... God, is there even actually products in here? Oh, okay, there's products. It didn't look like there was anything in it. This is the pack of cluster lashes that I'll be using. I've used this before. So let me see if we can do this like sharp, 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 sharp. guys, I think that this is as close as I would get to something decent. I think I made some mistakes at certain points, and because I'm rushing, I think that this will have to do for now. It's not horrible. I just feel like the spacing on both eyes isn't really uneven. I think that's what the issue is. I still prefer the other eye to this eye. Okay, I think that they look decent, and again, you guys should remember that I'm still learning these things, so I'm going to have to manage this for today. Guys, I just hope that I don't look crazy. Again, this is my first time trying this. I think I need to use brow gel or something. I'm going to use brow glue. This one is from NYX. Not really used it before, so we're going to use that on my brows. I'm just praying to God that I don't look batshit crazy, to be honest. Ugh, this is my first time trying to do this, and my brows are just naturally sparse, so let's see if we can just get them to be in one position. I don't want to use any type of brow product, like, at all. Okay, so now I'm going to brush my hair again. Guys, every single time that I start learning something new, I'm reminded again just how, like, doing makeup or learning how to do makeup, like, how difficult that must feel for people who are just starting. But you've got this, guys. I've learned to do different things over the years, so I think that this doesn't look bad. I think that you guys are just seeing one close-up of my face. You guys are going to see what it looks like far out, but I don't think that it looks bad. It's actually okay. I think I can manage this for the whole of today. So, and then if I don't like it, I'll just yank everything off at a point. Like, it's not a do or die. Okay, let me change. Okay, for my outfit, I'm going to wear this set from Cladini. I think that this set is quite unique. I don't have anything that looks, I don't know, that looks like it, and I just like how loose the fit is. So okay, so after giving it some thought, I decided to bring my hair back down and out. I'll show you guys my full outfit shortly. This is my outfit. Okay, the top, the pants, I really love the pants. Okay, let's go. Everywhere was closed, but thankfully these people, they were open. I'll show you guys what I got when I get to the house. I was supposed to give you guys an update on Saturday evening. I thought that we were going to get home much earlier than we did, but we go home around 9 p.m. or something like that. We went to see some friends that lived not too far from Tradefair, and we ended up spending so long there. We had a good time, to be honest. So let us talk about what I got. Where is it? The items that I got. Very quickly about the store. I've ordered stuff from them quite a bit. Like, they have a big Instagram account, and I think that they're also popular on TikTok. And I remember one time I placed an order and I chose the option to pick up, and I remember that the address they provided that I sent the dispatch rider to was in Tradefair. So one of the reasons why I really wanted to go was to check their store out and see if there were similar stores in that area. However, like we all saw, all the stores were closed. Like, there were very few of them that were open. They had a lot of Korean skincare things, but I really didn't want anything Korean. I just wanted to see if they had like body care products that I've had difficulty finding. Not really. So I settled for, these EOS 24-hour moisture body lotions. You guys know them. I know them. We've talked about them so much. I've gone through so many bottles of them and just even finished a jar for the first time of the vanilla cashmere one. We're going to talk about that in an upcoming video, or I probably would have talked about it by now. Honestly, I don't know. I think in an upcoming video. But they had these limited edition version. I think that these were released sometime Christmas. Now, Christmas what year? I honestly don't know. The first one is caramel cashmere. It looks like this. Second one is cocoa cashmere. Looks like this. Third one is peppermint cashmere. Looks like this. We're going to do a quick smell test just to see what these smell like, because description, bruh, I have no idea going by what these things are called, what they would smell like. So let's see. They are all sealed, which is a good thing. Initially, when I grabbed these, I wasn't sure if they were hand lotions, but they did tell me that they were just like travel-sized version of the lotions. We're going to smell cocoa cashmere first. This smells really good. For sure, it smells like cocoa butter. I think I got some on my nose. It smells like cocoa butter, but not in that like overpowering cocoa way. Maybe whatever it is that adds cashmere to the name they've decided to give these things is what kind of tones it down. But I love it because it smells like cocoa, but not in a cloying, overwhelming way. You guys know how Vaseline cocoa butter smells, or Palmer's cocoa butter lotion. Sometimes I find the cocoa butter with those two lotions to be very, very like heavy, not the same thing at all. So this smells nice. Definitely, I could see myself using up a full bottle of this. It smells good. Like, and the formula feels the same. Very moisturizing, very hydrating. I've had people say that they don't find this lotion to be moisturizing. I think that that's the opposite for me, because I think that maybe because I don't have extremely dry skin, but my skin loves it. Now, this is strong. The caramel cashmere is quite strong. Like, it smells like caramel. It's heavy on the gourmand thing that sometimes I find maybe too much. But it's not bad. But it does smell like food. And sometimes I don't like to smell like food because it's a bit distracting to my brain, because sometimes, I don't know, I think that the confusion maybe stems from the fact that my brain sometimes thinks that something I ate is on me, and the automatic thing is to want to get it off. And so anything that smells like food heavy, I have to keep reminding myself that I put this on my body. And this caramel one seems like one of those. It smells like caramel popcorn. I think that that's the best way to describe the way that that one smells. This peppermint cashmere, I'm really, really curious, because I don't think that I've ever used a peppermint scented body lotion before. Okay, this smells like candy. I wanted to say gum, but it's not that strong. Like, it smells like very good candy. What candy now? I can't remember. But if you asked me to rank all of them, I would actually say this first. So the peppermint cashmere followed by the cocoa cashmere. My least favorite is the caramel cashmere. The thing, however, is that I love the formula you get with this lotion, so I'm going to use each and every single one of them. The quantity is also not that much. I honestly think that this is the perfect size if you're actually trying to give the EOS body lotion like a try. If you can find it in this particular size, get a bunch of scents, try, and then decide which one is your favorite, okay? Really, really quickly, I want to talk to you guys about my nails. The last time that we spoke about nails, I had explained to you guys that I was painting my nails myself, all of that, and I did that for almost a year straight. Towards the end of last year, however, like, my nails kept breaking. So now, I've just been reminded strongly that I'm not one of those people who have like very, very strong nails. Like, my nails can grow, but then I'm not able to retain length. Initially, I was thinking, is this me? Like, is this something I'm doing? I'm not taking care of my nails properly. But I had a conversation with my mom around that time, and she reminded me that this is genetic, that her nails don't grow strong either. Like, we just don't have strong nails in my house. And I was like, okay, I want to do my nails myself still. Between last year and now, I've learned how to take care of my cuticles so bad. One thing I feel like a lot of Nigerian nail salons don't know how to do is take care of your cuticles. Like, like push things back, trim them really well. I also find that sometimes a lot of people are very aggressive with filing and buffing. And the kind of skin that I have, the skin around my nail beds, they're just very soft, and a lot of the time, like 1 to 2 weeks into a new manicure, that whole area just starts looking rough, and it's because of the way that my cuticles were handled. So I've come to the decision that I still want to do my nails myself, but that was what I wanted at first. So my first thing was to start doing biab again. So I did biab at least maybe 2 times between November and December. One thing is that my biab kept on, it didn't really, I don't know, the last one I did just kept on popping off. I don't know if it was because I hadn't been wearing like long nails for about a year, so I wasn't handling them well. In the last evening routine video that I did, I also kind of just explained to you guys quickly that I started oiling my cuticles really, really diligently recently, and it's because when I was kind of looking into why my biab didn't last, one thing that just kept coming up is if your cuticles are not moisturized, if your hands are not moisturized, then your nails kind of shrinks, like the nail plate shrinks, and if it's shrinking because it's dehydrated, then it's going to detach from whatever type of extension you've used on top. So I'm very, very consistent right now with moisturizing my hands and my cuticles. But after I took off the biab I did in December, I did a deep dive again. Actually, I really, really thank Vongai. If you guys don't know Vongai, she's a South African creator. I'm going to leave her details on the page. I really love her. We've been following each other for a very long time. And then she posted this manicure that she got. Her nails looked so good. I was like, Vongai, what do you have on your nails? She was like, babe, it's rubber base. Because she was trying to explain that she didn't do acrylics anymore. I was like, okay, so it's not biab? Because I think I had asked, is it biab? She was like, no, it's not biab. It's rubber base. I was like, what the hell is rubber base? In all my research, I have never heard of rubber base in my life. Maybe if I did gel mani, I don't know, but I've never heard of rubber base. And I was like, it's not biab. No, it's not biab. And then I did this deep dive. And then I realized and learned that rubber base is a kind of base coat that it was formulated for a bunch of reasons, but one of the more popular uses is to use it as a base coat for gel polish before you apply gel polish. Now, I'm not interested in gel polish, but if I was already curing biab and I'm looking for something to help me retain length so that my nails are not breaking, because at a point when my own natural nails kept on breaking every time I was growing it out, it actually scared me because I kept on worrying about one day like breaking my nails so badly because of how bendy they were and just pulling it off of the nail bed. So I really wanted something to strengthen my nails since my own nails don't grow strong, and I did not want biab, I did not want dip powder, SNS. We've tried all of that. Like, you guys have been with me through so many types of like trying nail things. I've tried acrylics with you guys. I did that consistently for a long time, and then I moved to SNS. My problem with SNS was that you don't need to cure it, but then it will always break. SNS is going to break. Like, if you hit your finger on this table by mistake, it's going to crack. And that's it. Then I switched to biab, and biab was much more lightweight. Didn't feel like I had anything on my nails. But then the thing about biab was that depending on where you get it done, it could be a bit of an issue. And depending on the type of biab, like the brand of biab that they use, your nails could respond like just different to it. So I wanted something else. And so when Vongai said rubber base, I went and I did my research. So yeah, you can use it as a base coat for gel, but another common popular use for rubber base is to use it to strengthen your nails. Now, it's not hard gel and it's not going to be as strong as biab or acrylic, but then it's going to give your nails an overlay that kind of hardens it, and it's also flexible, so it can bend with your nails. Guys, the speed that I used to order from Amazon, when I ordered, because I was looking for where to order from and I didn't have any brand in mind, I went and I started doing my research and I saw so many different brands of rubber base, but this one had a lot of good reviews on Amazon. This one is from a brand called Modlons, I think. It looks like this. I made sure to read the instructions that it came with. I made sure to watch tons of videos on how to use rubber base. The only thing, because I know that some of you are wondering, is that you have to cure rubber base. So I had to get a lamp. The only thing again is that this lamp is so small. Like my fingers are so long, but this is the first lamp I've ever gotten. You just cure it for like 60 seconds. I do 2 coats, but the way you do the first coat is a bit different from the way you do the second coat. My hands are very steady when it comes to like nail polish application, because I learned when I was very, very young to do my own nails myself. I know how to do them clean. And so what I do on my perfect mix right now is to do 2 coats of the rubber base and then go over with any nail polish that I like. What I have on right now is Dazzle Dry. I have acquired a lot of like regular nail polish over the past year, and my goal is to actually use all of them up. I have some Dazzle Dry. I have some Essie gel polish, no, not gel polish, what is it called? The one that gives you the gel polish kind of like finish. I've talked to you guys about it before. I'm going to have the name somewhere on the screen. And so that's what I use. And I think I really, really like this combination. I like it a lot. Okay, my own manicure that I do on myself now, it lasts for about 2 weeks. And the thing about rubber base is that you can infill as well, so you can file down and just kind of fill in as long as it's not lifting. Now, if you do not have any experience applying nail polish on yourself, I would say start first and practice with regular nail polish. Once your hands are steadier, then you move to anything that is gel or requires curing, so that you do not develop a gel allergy. Because if you start doing anything gel based or like that requires curing yourself and you keep flooding your cuticles and curing it, you can develop a gel allergy. I just wanted to say that as an FYI. So yeah, that's the update on my nails, because I know that some of you are wondering, and I already kind of hinted that I was going to talk to you guys about that. I wanted to very quickly talk to you guys about books, and then I will go grocery shopping because I need to go buy groceries. Last year, I think that I didn't really have a good reading year, and I've spoken about this already, like on social media, I think on Threads. I was going through my yearly recap again, and I realized that I did not read a lot of like 5-star reads. I think the highest I rated any book last year was maybe about 4.5 stars, and we're going to go through those. I read some things that I feel like are not noteworthy. If you want to see everything that I read, please go check my Fable. I always like log everything that I've read and when I read them accurately on there, and you also see reviews, because I was very intentional about reviewing books last year. I reviewed everything that I read, so go on my Fable, you'll see. My current read is Fourth Wing. This is Jola's fault, okay? I got this to read because of Jola, because Jola couldn't stop talking about this a long time ago, and I got it to reading it now. So far so good. I'm not that far along, so yeah. Now about books, let's talk about the things that actually stood out. To talk to you guys about this really quickly, I am going to actually use my Fable account, go through all the things that I read last year. Okay, so the last book that I read last year was Beach Read by Emily Henry, and I honestly didn't rate it that high. It was about 3.5 stars. So let's quickly go through all the things that I read last year that were really good. One of my favorite books from last year, I rated this like 4.25. I think that 4.25 is a very good rating. It's A Very Giddy Christmas by Tomilola Koko Adeyomo. I'd highly recommend this to anyone who is interested in reading like Christmassy books, like Christmas romance, because this is romance, and this was my first book by this author. I really loved it. My second, like this was my highest rating actually. I did rate one book 5 stars, but I don't think I rated any other thing 5 stars, because I'm taking this list one after the other. The one and only book that I rated 5 stars last year was Atomic Habits by James Clear. This book really changed my life. I'm not even being dramatic in the sense that a lot of the things that I'm even trying to put in place right now still is because of the things that I learned in Atomic Habits, where it's still like we're still fairly new into the year. If you're looking for a book that could help you just evaluate everything, especially with productivity and how much you are able to accomplish, please check out Atomic Habits. Really loved it. Okay, the next book that I rated really, really high is a book called The Anatomy of an Illness by Norman Cousins, and this book was just very interesting. It was a very short read. It just kind of gave context to how our feelings, like how positive emotions like impact health and sometimes diagnoses or illnesses that we have, because there's a lot of research and there's a lot of talk currently right now on social media and everywhere about how negative emotions that impact our health. This book kind of did a deep dive on how positive emotions impacted our health as well. So I would highly recommend you read Anatomy of an Illness as Perceived by the Patient. This book is by Norman Cousins and I rated it 4.25 stars. The next book that I rated really high is Part of Your World by Abby Jimenez. This was my first Abby Jimenez read book, and that was how I fell in love with her. I loved it. This book, funny enough, is one of the least popular ones from this particular series, but I loved it. The next book that I also rated really high is Yours Truly by Abby Jimenez, and I rated this 4.25 stars. Just for the Summer is a very popular book by Abby Jimenez, and I rated it 4 stars. I think because I really disliked the main character's mom, and I also, compared to the 2 books that I read before that, it wasn't as good, but this book was very popular. I think it's even more popular than the previous 2, but I love the previous 2 more. I read Zikora by Chimamanda Adichie. I gave you 4.5 stars. I read Dream Count. I gave you 4.25 stars. Now, the thing about Dream Count is that I've seen so many mixed reviews about Dream Count and I absolutely loved it. And I think that the one thing that really confused me about the way people were rating this book is I think that people were kind of rating it from a place of very personal expectations towards Chimamanda. I think that I had a conversation with someone who was hoping that maybe Chimamanda would write something or had written something that was maybe closer to home as to how she perceived Chimamanda's life to be at that stage as a woman in, like, at her age and as a married woman with children, you know, and she kind of was hoping that that was what this book would be about, but it wasn't really about that. I also saw a lot of people talking about how, like, nothing big happened, like there was no one core central character or plot. I gave this book a proper review in one of the vlogs I uploaded last year. So the book is sectioned off going by character, and different parts are narrated by specific characters, and I've told you guys the characters that I enjoyed the most. I really loved Omelogo. I loved her, and Omelogo is such a distinct name. Like, prior to reading, the thing about Chimamanda's books again is that every time I read them, I always find a new Igbo name that I knew nothing about. So I really love Dream Count. Sometimes the books don't need bush gain. The things that were discussed and talked about in this book, very relevant. A lot of it very relatable. A lot of it very important as well. Very important. Okay, there were characters that I could relate to and some that I couldn't relate to. But me not being able to relate to some characters didn't now make it a bad book. Another book that I rated really high is A Broken People's Playlist by Chimeka Garrix. This book I loved because it's a very popular book. Seen a lot of people talk about it. Jola, when I told Jola that I had read this book, she was so happy because she told me how much she loved his writing and how that was one of her favorite books ever. I love this book so much. I love anthologies. It's a collection of short stories, so I love books like that. They are perfect for getting you out of a reading slump. Okay, if you feel like you don't want to read big books with big chapters, I would always recommend that you read a collection of short stories, and A Broken People's Playlist is one of the best that I have ever read. I also really rated Fireflies of the Lagoon by Tunde Leye very highly. I rated it 4.5 stars, and this book I actually bought it because I had seen that my friend Farida was reading it on Instagram. I bought it from the pharmacy. It was really good. It's historical fiction, and one thing, because I learned things all the time from books, one thing this book really gave me insight to was just how long the transatlantic slave trade continued after it was abolished in America and in a lot of the parts of Europe. And it also just kind of explains what I never really fully understand about why there are a lot of, like, Nigerian people, Yoruba people in Brazil. And it's because after slave trade was abolished to Europeans and Americans, Brazilians and people in those parts of the world, they were still, like, people in Brazil or Europeans in Brazil were still buying slaves heavily. So it's a really good book. If you love history, I'd recommend it. Another book that I rated really high was Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. I rated this 4.5 stars. Funny enough, I didn't rate the following one high. That's Chamber of Secrets, but Sorcerer's Stone was good. I liked it. The last book that I gave a really high rating was Say You Remember Me by Abby Jimenez. I loved it so much. I love Abby's writing. I promised myself that I was going to give you guys a recap of all that I loved last year. So this is my recap, okay? That's my recap. Those are the books that I loved. I need to go buy groceries. Just buy a couple of things so that I can make a couple of things. I need to buy some fruit, some veggies, some pantry staples as well. Let's go. I just stopped off at Kayser. I'm going to get my bread from here. They typically have sourdough bread. Oh, good afternoon. Oh, good afternoon. Do you guys have sourdough? Sourdough bread. Yeah, I just want one. Yes. Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you. This is basically everything that I got. These are just like basic groceries. Like I have a lot of veggies here with some fruits and some foil, all of that, just like basic household staples. There are a couple of things that I'm excited about that I wanted to kind of highlight from this haul. This Yorkshire bedtime tea. Now, this is my favorite one to drink during the daytime. Like I was enjoying this and I've been drinking it for maybe since January, so for the past 2 months. Then I went to the supermarket and I realized that they had a decaf version. Now, the only decaf tea that I have at the moment, I don't like the way that it tastes, so I don't drink it as much. So this kind of made me excited. I'll see how I like that. There's chin-chin here. What's the other thing? Yeah, there's this suya spice. So there's this suya spice that I saw. One thing is, I just love the way that this was packaged. Typically, suya spice is not something that I use that much in the house, and I hate buying like big jars of it or even medium-sized jars because I know that at the end of the day, I don't ever use it up until it goes bad. So this, I was so happy that they had it like this. I didn't want to buy a lot just in case I didn't like it. So if I do end up using this, I'll tell you guys what I think about it. I'm going to go on ahead and put all of this away now. I feel like very icky, like sweaty, so I want to go and shower. But yeah, this is everything that I got. I'm hoping to God that you guys can see me. I'm not wearing my glasses and I'm not wearing contact lenses, and I'm not going to go pop on contact lenses for the sake of this video. I always do my skincare without my glasses. I just like lean in really close to the mirror. I'm very short-sighted, so I can't tell whether or not I'm in focus. But tonight is for retinol. So I try to do retinol 2 to 3 times a week. I don't do it every night. I do it 2 to 3 times a week. And anytime that I'm doing my retinol, I pair it with glycolic acid. Some of you might not agree, but the retinol that I use is not prescription grade. It's not very like high strength. It's from Dr. Dennis Gross. It is good. It's a serum, but I kind of mildly exfoliate and do retinol on the same night, and I found that this works for me. My retinol works even better with this combination. So for my toner, which will be the AHA, the glycolic acid, I'll be using this one from The Ordinary. This is their 7% glycolic acid. I'm just going to put a little bit on my cotton pad, and I'm going to use this to wipe my face. I like this glycolic acid because at least one, it explicitly states just how much glycolic acid you actually get in this toner. Sometimes AHA serums don't tell you how much AHA you have in the toner. With this one, it's just clear. Like, they make it clear that it's 7%, so you know. I also use this for just more than my face, yo. I use this, like I said, 2 to 3 times a week on my face. But after I wipe my face, I like to take this and I run it all over my chest. Like, whatever is left off, I run it on my chest. And the reason why I'm doing this is because some weeks ago, I realized that I had quite a lot of hyperpigmentation on my chest area. It was because, I don't want to call it jewelry, it was this rosary. You guys remember the rosary that I got from Senegal, right? That's the rosary that I had been going to bed with. So I just, like, after praying, I'll wear the rosary and then I'll go to bed. And I did this for like a week straight, and then I had like breakouts all over my chest. And because I'm not super sensitive or someone who considers myself like easily allergic to jewelry, it didn't even occur to me in the beginning that that was what the issue was. I just thought that, ooh, I'm breaking out of my chest. Why? I then realized it was the rosary. I stopped wearing the rosary. This is how I like to use glycolic acid, to be honest. And it's actually working. Like, it's helping me clear what I have going on in my chest area. After that, I'm going to go in with this retinol. This is the one that I use. This one from Dr. Dennis Gross. It's their texture renewal serum. It's the advanced retinol with ferulic acid. I've tried tretinoin, and that's like prescription grade. And what it did to my skin, I was purging so bad, and it wasn't regular like breakouts that I was used to. They were like these cystic bumps that never come to head, and they left a lot of scarring, and I just stopped. Again, I think I'll do a whole video on this, but a lot of the times when we try to, or we want to try skincare, there's all these things online about, oh, go to the pharmacy, get prescription grade. Guys, sometimes try over the counter. Nobody's gonna die. I just take a couple drops of this. This is what the dropper looks like, and I am going to just put a couple of drops on my face. This does not sting or anything. My skin is not that sensitive, guys. If you have very sensitive skin, please do not do this. Work this into my skin. Okay. And after that, I just go in with moisturizer, just like very little. I try not to use too much. The weather is really hot right now, and it's really stressing me out. Whatever is left off on my palms, I just run that across my chest. This moisturizer is not comedogenic. It doesn't break me out. I've realized that I kind of break out on my chest just as much as I break out on my face, so I have to be very careful. I don't use regular body lotion in this area. So if you're someone who you found that you tend to get bumps and breakouts in this area, maybe consider not using your regular body lotion in this area and use whatever moisturizer that you use on your face, use it in this area. This is almost finished, guys. This is from Sol de Janeiro. This is like, bro, I just like to spray this all over. And this is my current body lotion. This one from the brand Koba. I found it to be really good. It has vitamin C and niacinamide inside, so it has a very like mild fragrance. Because the weather is so hot, I don't apply moisturizer like all over at night, because I found that when I hydrate like really intensely, guys, I wake up sweating in the middle of the night. So that's essentially it for my night routine. I'm going to do a lip balm, and that will be it. I feel like I ate a burger yesterday and I regret doing that because I haven't had a burger in such a long time. And sometimes, right, I just crave things, and I realized I haven't had a good burger in a very long time. And I ordered burger and I actually loved it. Like, the burger tasted really nice. I got it from this restaurant that Taiwo recommended. It was really nice. But guys, I woke up this morning so bloated and my body was like, you see the reason why you don't eat these things as often? So I think for dinner tonight, because I feel a little bit bloated still, I'm just going to have like toast, like an open toast, like just eggs, maybe some avocado. Like I got avocado, I don't know if it's ripe. I'm going to cut into it and see. And then I'll also maybe sprinkle some onion on it and some pesto, just some anything. I just want the toast to be very savory, the eggs possibly runny, right? So that's what I'll have for dinner. Just have that with a glass of water. If I feel peckish later, then I'll snack on something, but I think that that's what I'll eat. Okay, so I am frying my egg. I am going to use this pesto. Honestly, I don't think that this brand is anything special because their pesto is actually everywhere. I just want this to be very, very like savory, a little bit. I'm going to use 2 different types of like peppers or crisps here. You guys are going to see. I'm going to cut some spring onion. I'm just going to sprinkle this all over the toast. I have 1 cherry tomato here. I just made a mess. Ugh. But this tomato is very firm, and that's the reason why it was kind of really crisp. The outside of it is really crisp, which is a good thing. I have another pepper sauce here. This one is from a Ghanaian brand, and it was actually Jola that got this for me. She came to visit and she came with this, and she was like, it looked really interesting and she thinks that I'll like it. I'm just going to take a little bit. This, like I said, I want this to be very, very, very savory. And this is easy. Like, I'm not trying to be fussy. If I was trying to be fussy, then I'll start looking for a way to do like plenty rishi. But I think this is fun. So this is where I add my egg. Please, I understand that some of you do not like runny eggs. If you don't like runny eggs, please just keep your commentary to yourself. Okay, I know everybody knows that you do not like runny eggs and that you hate it and all that jazz. That's nice, that's good for you. This egg, the shape is a bit I don't want to bust my yolk because that's just going to be a disaster. Okay guys, again, this is just and anyhow toast. Oh my god. Okay, I just want everything to fit nicely so that when I take a bite. And then the last thing I'll put is this same chili sauce. That this was a gift from Taiwo. Like, my friends are just giving me sauces, but I used this in the nighttime routine video. I really like this particular one because, guys, This is very, very crunchy. Okay, I'm going to take just very little because this is hot. This is very hot. Okay, like super, super hot. Okay, so I'm trying to be careful. This is not a beautiful looking toast, but it's a good tasting toast, and it is a savory toast, and it will do for my peckishness. I'm just going to transfer this here. I'm just going to have this with some juice. Babe, who wants to try my side?
Wow. I'm good, baby.
I absolutely love it when the yolk is so runny. I was supposed to take a picture of the sandwich, but I didn't. In my mind, this was like a lazy girl type of sandwich. 2 pepper sauce and 1 pesto, and then the eggs. And I've used this pesto a couple of times, but I think that what makes this like slap, okay, as much as it does now, like it tastes so good, is the pepper sauce that Jola gave me. It's like a bit tangy, that yellow one. It's so good. I actually like this a lot. Whenever I go to Kayser for their sourdough bread, they always ask me if I want it sliced. And I say yes. But I think that today I've decided that that's not a good idea because their slices are too thin. Just way too thin. I wish that I had like a chunkier slice of bread. And there's nothing you can do about it at this point. I think that the next time I'm going to tell them not to slice it. That's what I'll do. This was too good. Honestly, it was too good. Honestly, I think that that's it for this vlog. I'm going to go read Fourth Wing now. I'm trying as much as possible to get 1 chapter in every night. And I think that we're going to start a new show. Babe, can we watch Lincoln Lawyer? You wanted us to start it, right? You said there's a new season of Lincoln Lawyer.
Yes, there's.
Can we watch it?
Yes, sure.
Okay, so we'll watch like some episodes. I feel like that's one of those random shows that we just, because we started watching that show when we were still dating before we even got engaged. Like I remember that we started it in my old place, and I thought it was going to be a very slow show, but then I ended up really liking it, and I especially liked the previous season. So I think we're going to watch this new season, and I'm hoping that I like it. But yeah, I love you guys, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.